From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Presented by Reliance Jio. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Ford Ravin, Kent RO and Max Life Insurance. In style partner Raymond.
Welcome back. 9 handshakes, a 15-minute freewheeling chat and a dinner meeting which lasted for nearly 3 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been enough moments in the Modi-ji meeting that is making Imran very, very nervous. I have a hashtag for it. Hashtag Pak Home Alone. Pakistanis, you are home alone, and we dedicate this hashtag to you, Pak Home Alone. The Pakistanis are insecure. They are worried about losing their only last remaining hope, Beijing. Let's debate.
China and India were frenemies, and that this kind of reception was only meant for friends like Japan, friends like Germany. But Narendra Modi government has really gone the whole hog in terms of sending a message that irrespective of the differences, when it comes to hospitality, India is the nation of Atithi Devo Bhav.
Dressed in the traditional Veshti and Angavastram, Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted his friend, Chinese President Xi Jinping, in the ancient temple town of Mahabalipuram in Tamil Nadu. On stepping out of his 18-feet-long official car, Xi, who looked visibly relaxed in a crisp white shirt and black trousers, shook hands with the Prime Minister and exchanged pleasantries. The 54-second handshake scripting a new chapter in the India-China ties. A second informal summit between the two Asian giants at a time when the world's focus is on the geopolitics of the region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave the Chinese president a taste of the Indian culture and tradition. Engaged in a deep conversation through their guided tour of Arjuna's penance, the Pancharathas and the Shore Temple, their chemistry went beyond optics. 7 handshakes, a 15-minute chat over coconut water, meeting top Indian officials, followed by showcasing of India's soft power. As the world watched bonhomie of the two leaders, Pakistan burned with jealousy. Because their joke of a prime minister in his recent visit to China played second fiddle to the army chief.
This should send across a message, or the Chinese president should go back with these thoughts in his mind that we are not insecure about the machinations and the tactical use of Pakistan that the Chinese have done, and that we are ready to look beyond and on the towards the larger future prospects of the India-China relationship.
Let's debate.
Malia Hashmi from Islamabad, I hope you organized live coverage of the summit level meeting in Tamil Nadu between the Indian Prime Minister and the Chinese President. I hope you did it, because it is important for Pakistanis to know what happens when people who are equals meet. When people who are equals meet, they meet like this. They meet with style, scale and substance. And when Pakistanis who have no stature or scale meet, then your Prime Minister becomes a chauffeur, a driver. And then you went running as well. We saw pictures of how you went running to Beijing. Did you see the visuals from Mahabalipuram today? Did the people of Pakistan get to see it? Maliha? Did you see it? Did you enjoy the live coverage of the event?
So, I don't think there's any style or substance. You see, there's no style and substance when there's immense lack of dignity, when there's immense lack of self-respect. So, Modi would have looked really good while carrying out these theatrics had he not been this brutal in Kashmir.
Oh, you people. Oh, yeah, same old record. Oh, stop it. I can't tolerate this anymore. Kashmir, 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 Kashmir. Day in and day out, Kashmir. Kashmir obsession, Kashmir paranoia, Kashmir craziness. Arey, bhul jao Kashmir. Move on. We have moved on. The world has moved on. Nobody gives a damn. Kashmir is part of India. Nobody gives a damn.
Never move on.
Ah, yes. That's what I call Sushanta confession. I will never move on. My whole life I'll be crazy. My entire life I'll be obsessed. Park Home Alone viewers. My question was about what will these Pakistanis do, Sushant?
That if they remain stuck in the Kashmir rut.
Yeah.
Arnab, let them remain. I would really welcome Pakistan remaining stuck in the rut of Kashmir, because they are not going to get Kashmir either which way. And if they are going to be constantly harping on the K word, good luck to them. The point is that I think the kind of meeting, the optics of the meetings between Modi and Xi, and then Im the Dim and Xi, I think they tell their own story. Imran Khan went like a supplicant to China, seeking some kind of assistance, something from the Chinese. They only go with a begging hand. Xi and Modi, I don't think we should put any
keep
spin
comparing yourself with Imran Khan?
The relationship between China
No,
and
we
India.
don't compare. He called him Im the Dim. Im the Dim. You know, tell me the full form of Im the Dim.
Even so, I think the relationship, the level at which both countries deal with each other is vastly different, is at a completely different level. And actually, it's in the fitness of things, because Pakistan is a concubine state of the Chinese. India is not. India is a neighbor which has problems with the Chinese, and we might be trying to sort those out. We might succeed somewhere, we might not somewhere else. But to compare the relationship or the status of the two countries, I think it's comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah, I have a point to you. You see, Maliha, I hope you can have a serious discussion today, because when you make an attempt, you are capable of a serious discussion. And therefore, I request you, despite the fact that you are a Pakistani, which gives you a certain intellectual disadvantage, to try and make an attempt at having a serious discussion with me. See, Maliha, fact of the matter is it not true that the Chinese... Is it not true? Maliha, listen to me. I am attempting to speak to you like one adult to another. Please respond like an adult. And don't speak like just another Pakistani. I'll speak to you slowly so you can comprehend it. Sometimes to Pakistanis you have to speak slowly because they can't take all the information together at one time. Maliha, listen. Now share the information. Everyone's on the screen. Maliha, listen to me. You can. I know you're a Pakistani, but you can increase the scale of your intellectual performance tonight.
You know I'm a Pakistani. You know I belong to the country with whom Kashmir stands firmly.
Oh God, Kashmir, it's painful for me to see these viewers. Volume down, I want to speak to you. Viewers, I feel pain in my heart when I see these Pakistanis rootless, without a cause to lead their lives anymore. It's almost as if the country were to go into a mass suicide. They don't know what to do, viewers. I feel sorry. When you look at them and you look at them closely, you sometimes don't know whether you want to sympathize with them or feel sorry for them. Continue the debate. Maliha, my question to you is, in February 2019, Maliha, make an attempt. Viewers, in February 2019, it was reported that China was the only last remaining source of FDI to Pakistan. 70% of the FDI that comes to you is from China. What does this mean, Sriram? Can you tell these Pakistanis? It means that without Pakistan, they are khatam, khalas, as we say in Mumbai. Without China, you are out. You are no longer. You don't exist as a country without them. You know what that means?
And it is a relationship of a subordinate and superordinate. It's a relationship between a slave and a master. The China-Pakistan economic corridor, Arnab, if you look at the provisions in it, it's a neo-colonial document the Pakistanis have signed on. They dare not raise the issue of the suppression of the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang by the Chinese because they are total hypocrites. They are not even true Muslims. They claim that they are fighting for Muslims of Kashmir, but what about the Muslims of Xinjiang? It's an open-air prison where there are 2 million people in jail. They dare not raise their voices because they are slaves of the Chinese.
You're fighting for
On the other
humans
hand,
in
Narendra
Kashmir.
Modi and
It's
Xi
not
Jinping,
about
as you rightly
Muslims or
said,
Hindus or
are
Christians.
meeting
It's
as
about
sovereign
humanity.
equals. The Chinese know that eventually we will close the power gap with them. Eventually we will become an equal of China in economy and military and in great power status. Eventually they'll have to deal with us and settle with us. That is the purpose of these kinds of summits. It is to show respect to India. And the fact is that Xi Jinping has met Prime Minister Modi 6 times this year or now, and 16 times since Prime Minister Modi came to power in 2004. How often does Imran Khan even get an audience with a leader like Xi Jinping? So they are showing them the place. And the Pakistanis have to realize that they cannot rely on the Chinese to try and counter India. That has been their grand dream, and they always believe that they've got their big Chinese daddy who will carry them along and help them to match India, eye for an eye and tooth for tooth. But the Chinese only throw them some breadcrumbs. The Chinese are exploiting them. And they are not even raise their
ladies
voice
and gentlemen,
against the Chinese. This is the pitiable condition of the Pakistani.
you see these.
Your frustration is understandable.
You see I'll tell you something about Pakistanis. Sriram, may I intervene? May I intervene? May I intervene? May I intervene? And I want to make a point here. You see, viewers, and I'll explain this to you. These Pakistanis, GD Bakshi, they sell themselves. ये अपने आप को बेच के जीते हैं. इनकी कोई मान सम्मान नहीं है इस देश की. And Pakistan's last hope has been China. You know something, GD Bakshi? This country, Pakistan, can do nothing without China. They have handed over a 25-year income tax and sales tax exemption to the China Overseas Port Holding Company. Do you know that you are owned by the China Overseas Port Holding Company? That they own you? Do you know how much money you owe to China? GD Bakshi, tell me, for 5 decades, even their weapons are built with the help of China. They are the only country lending money to Pakistan. And by the way, Kamar Chima will understand this, GD Bakshi. The entire area where this corridor is going through, the China, this economic corridor, in the contract it is written that for the next 100 years, the official language along the corridor, besides Urdu, has to be Mandarin. That every Pakistani child out there will be forced to study Mandarin before Urdu. They have no man sanman. They are changing the language of their country, GD Bakshi, which is why imagine their position when they are saying their sugar daddy is walking along in Mahabalipuram with Narendra Modi. They can't bear it. They're nowhere. They're finished. They can't even launch satellites without them. They're a backward country, and they've seen their only benefactor is letting them go. Tomorrow, if India and China get together, we can break Pakistan within seconds. They don't exist. They have no sovereignty.
Arnab,
they have no sovereignty.
Arnab, the simple fact is, that Pakistan is a classical rentier state. Madam, the question was addressed to me. Can I request your indulgence? The question was addressed to me, General Bakshi. I'd love to hear you after that. My request is that Pakistan is a classical
No, sir,
rentier
I was not
state.
speaking to you.
A classical
I was only mentioning
rentier
the
state.
fact
It
that
has been
Arnab was calling
rentier.
Pakistan a backward country.
It has
So I
been
was
renting
reminding
out
him that
its
he relies
territory.
more
You are not
on
backward, you are a-
every
and lemons
extra
than
regional
technology.
power.
Yeah.
It has, excuse me, what I was saying was, madam, that Pakistan is a classical rentier state. It has been renting out its territory to every extra regional power to somehow try and balance out India. China came as a benefactor after 1962. They sucked up to China because they felt China would help them clobber India. And you know, they tried in 1965, Arnab. That was their last chance because all the US gifted weaponry was still rich in their stables, the patent tanks, the F-104 starfighters, the F-86s. They lost most of them in that war and they knew that they could never repeat that stunt again. The simple fact is, Arnab, the Pakistani bomb has got a made in China stamp written all over. The first design of the uranium device was given by China. Uranium for the first 4 bombs was given by China. You know, the first Pakistani bomb was tested at
I said this is the best way.
Xinjiang. M9, M11 missiles. Made in China. Made in China stamp.
Is going to matter.
80% of their tanks are now. 80% of their artillery. 80% of their
their language is Mandarin.
aircraft.
Their official language is Mandarin. I mean, GD Bakshi, what do we say? These Pakistanis are so shameless. They have sold their own culture and they have told the Chinese that for the next 100 years, Sudesh, let me tell you, maybe you can debate with Kamar Chima. Across the entire corridor, the Chinese have made it mandatory that the other language which will be taught to all Pakistani children, along with Urdu, has to be Mandarin, Sudesh. I can understand that they are in a debt trap, but they are completely.
Yes, Arnab.
ये इनकी कोई इनकी मतलब वजूद नहीं है, कोई इनका सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है. अपने लैंग्वेज को छोड़ दिया इन्होंने.
Arnab, in one way it is good. In one way it is good for Pakistan because they will come out of terrorism, shadow of terrorism.
इनको लाइन में लाने के लिए अभी तो
Pakistan, as you were trying to describe, you see China is going to control their terrorist activities. And you see, as for culture is concerned, Pakistan has become deculturized. It cannot imagine a state beyond 1947 because it has to come back to the Hindu past. They don't want to remember it. So it's a society that is, that doesn't know where to go, that doesn't know its roots. So it cannot appreciate Atiti Devo Bhava. You cannot appreciate it.
And now they are going to be blacklisted.
See, we can have differences in China, but when it comes as guests, then it gets the respect which it deserves.
Kamar,
every head of
press releases.
Kamar,
there are 2 press releases of this visit of President Xi. So that's an insult to India. What kind of relationship you are showing with China?
Audio is bad. I'll fix the audio. Let's get Asid Abbasi.
You must know it's a client.
Audio can't be heard. Abid Abbasi.
You are at the mercy of China. You are not in a position
Abid, I want to.
Comes to China and you know it.
I can't hear Kamar, so Abid.
Fix you anytime.
Abid or Malia, please.
Talk of Kashmir. You are not able to talk about.
I can't. The audio has to be fixed there. Abid, please. My question to you is, thank you. Abid, can you hear me? Abid, can you hear me? Checking the audio lines because you don't have any internet in Pakistan, so it's very difficult to speak to you on any connection. Can you hear me, Abid, on your Pakistani internet line? See, this is the problem with Pakistan.
And yet they rail about the internet in
This is the problem with Pakistan. कुछ नहीं चलता है इस देश में.
They rail about the internet in J&K.
कुछ नहीं चलता है पाकिस्तान में. It's really a backward country. Malia, is your internet working? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, Malia, my question to you is, Malia and Sushant, my question to you is, Malia, listen to me. Again you are behaving like a Pakistani.
But weak intellectual level is something that needs to be worked upon, especially when it comes to you, because it's been over 70 days, and I have not seen you protesting against
Oh
Modi's
God, you know, I have
fascism
not
in
seen you. Kashmir.
That was the least I
Stop
expected
it, you know,
from you,
Malia,
Arnab,
it's
that
boring.
You would at least call
It's boring.
a spade a spade.
Sushant,
You would.
Sushant, नहीं मिलेगा कश्मीर, नहीं देंगे.
I count
नहीं मिलेगा.
you
Go back
as
home.
one of
Go back.
the intellectually sound Indians, and I really hoped that you
I'm
you
really,
would speak
really
for
telling you.
Kashmiris.
I'm really telling
I
you
really hope
that
that
I
from
really
you. I
telling
really
you
expected that
that
from you.
I really don't think that you will ever really get Kashmir. Now listen.
Tell me one thing. No, I don't want to get Kashmir. Listen, Pakistan
Thank
does
you.
not want to get Kashmir. India is more concerned about the territorial authority, and Pakistan is more concerned about Kashmir.
I'm talking about China. Sushant.
Pakistanis want Kashmir's independence and their right to
is one of the
self-determination.
reasons. Okay, I'll have a serious
That's
discussion.
the difference between Pakistan and India.
Oh God, Sushant is laughing, crying. I don't know. Sushant, the FATF meeting is happening on 14th and 15th. Is it possible to
You
get a
should all be
clincher with
crying
these
for what
Chinese?
Modi
The
has
Chinese
done
are
to the
negotiators
country's
and they are
image.
traders eventually. You know, they want to trade their position for something. Can we get them to stop backing the Pakistanis at the FATF? Because the blacklisting at the FATF will sort out these Pakistanis nice and proper.
Arnab, given the flavor of the program, I was wondering whether I should bring in Kashmir into this question as well. But let me try and answer your thing. See, I don't think the Chinese are going to. I don't think the Chinese are going to make a deal as yet on FATF with India. I don't think the Pakistanis are likely to be blacklisted this time. But the record is pretty poor. And all these dramas which they do, that one day before the FATF meeting is to start, they'll arrest 4 or 5 of these terrorists and show that they're actually taking action. But if you look at the FATF report, the APG report, it's very clear that on bulk of the issues there's virtually no action, and especially on issues of critical importance, the FATF or the APG has said that they show very low understanding of the risks which are involved. Now that is going to carry forward as you go. So I think this year they'll continue to remain on the grey list. But there are signs that there is patience which is running short.
Pakistan
will
And one of the
come out of
reasons
list, inshallah.
that they will
You'll
not be pushed into the blacklist just yet is because this Afghanistan thing is still hanging fire. So I think once the Afghanistan thing is settled, perhaps then the incentive for keeping them on the grey list will probably go, and then the incentive for putting them into the blacklist,
what I've heard
if
is
they don't deliver,
what I've heard is
they will find
no,
difficult
what
to
I've heard
deliver.
is
That is where it will
what I've
happen.
heard
I
is
would be surprised.
No,
if it was
what I've
going to
heard
happen
is,
this time
and this is a very important point I want to raise here, that Pakistan is going to do a massive real estate deal whereby it will hand over a large part of Pakistani territory to China, and the reason for this is because part of the CPEC collaboration, as Kamar may know, is in trouble because Pakistan has to also have some funds to
Arnab,
carry
can I
out
just
part
say
of. No,
something,
let me
please?
complete. Let me complete,
Arnab?
Sushant. Pakistan needs funds to carry out its part of the obligations,
These
and
jokes to
Pakistan
you,
does
Arnab.
not have the money to carry out its part of the obligation on CPEC. Right? They cannot provide water or electricity to complete the Gwadar port. And the Chinese recently, Kamar, I'm telling you this, have told the Pakistanis that one of the ways in which the Pakistanis can pay back the colossal amount they owe to the Chinese is by handing over a large part of Pakistani territory on a 99-year lease to the Chinese. Now, when your country is evaluating a 99-year lease, do you realize the 99-year lease amounts to selling your country? Kamar, selling your country.
Between China and Pakistan.
Why are you doing a 99-year lease?
I think what Mr. Modi is backing, China should invest in India.
Kamar, tell me. Kamar, tell me. I know you'd get provoked. Sudesh, let me tell you. Sudesh, let me tell you. You know why he's getting angry right now, viewers? Because that's the truth. Sudesh, now that's what's happening out here. Kamar. Sudesh, they are giving a lot. Dekho, such bol diya, so he's jumping. 99-year lease, Sudesh. These Pakistanis are giving away a large part of their territory on a 99-year lease to the Chinese.
Which will never end, which is not going to end. So all what
They
you
have
sitting here
99-year lease.
Enough
I'm
left
still
to
waiting
make money.
and missing
Sudesh,
Arnab,
Sudesh and
very
Malia.
few ways are left to them to make money, and they have gone to the heinous act of imposing jizya on visitors to Kartarpur Sahib, charging $20 each individual. They will make 250 crore rupees by imposing this jizya. What has happened to Pakistan? This is the way they respect their religion.
No, but tell me, Malia, how do you feel that, why do you...
paying so much money to Pakistan?
Not letting Kamar complete his sentence.
No, Malia, I'm asking you. There's an audio problem with Kamar. I'm asking you. Malia, I want to ask you. Malia, I want to ask you.
Money is shameful.
Malia.
It's shameful.
Malia, the Indian subcontinent got independence in 1947. Okay. Now, the Chinese have told you that the one way to pay up your part of the obligation is to hand over a large part of Pakistani territory on a 99-year supra-commercial lease to the Chinese. What supra-commercial lease basically means that they will own the territory.
That's not true.
They will own the territory. It is like having their own zone within.
They won't.
So why are you doing this? No, is this fair? Why are you doing this? I'm asking you. Your Pakistani children are learning Mandarin. You are giving away your territory.
You do not have any say on that land.
I know that
For
India is
99 years.
absolutely aware of the fact that once CPEC enters into its next phase, Pakistan's economic turnaround will be right around the corner.
Oh my God, yaar,
right?
what turnaround?
So
Sushant,
what is
Sushant is a hand in it.
Once CPEC enters its next stage, inshallah. So India has a reason
बुरा
to
लगता है
be
इनके
really
लिए.
upset about it.
Sriram, I feel sorry for them.
This was already tried by the Chinese in Hambantota in Sri Lanka.
You should be more concerned about 40%
And this 99 years, they are not only going to take over Gawada, but almost the entire Balochistan.
Sushant is laughing again.
The Pakistanis have created an enclave, a massive enclave with 30,000 Chinese workers, engineers. They have taken over the place already.
But here's what do I say to these Pakistanis?
Because the Chinese are going to use it for their access to the Arabian Sea and to the Middle East.
I just feel sorry for all the Pakistani children who will have to grow up learning Mandarin. अपने culture, अपने language सब गिरवी कर दिया इन्होंने. अपने culture, अपने language, अपनी ज़मीन सब गिरवी कर दी. एक गिरवी देश. एक गिरवी देश. जीडी बख्शी, सुदेश, इनके लिए for these Pakistanis, इनके पाकिस्तानियों के लिए एक मेरा term है जीडी बख्शी. मैं इनको कहता हूँ गिरवी देश. गिरवी देश. एक गिरवी देश. एक कंगाल और गिरवी देश.
The exact
A mortgage nation.
It is a rentier state. It is a rentier state. It is
a Girvi desh.
Which
A mortgage nation.
territory to the highest bidder.
पाकिस्तान और चाइना की
It
वजह से आप
is
jealous
sells
ना हो.
out its territory, rents out its territory to the
No,
highest
Xi
bidder.
Jinping, no, GD Bakshi, Xi Jinping, after this is going to Nepal. Why is he not going to China? Because it's a Girvi desh. You know, Malia, you're a Girvi desh. You're not even coming to your country. You're an unstable, unsafe country and a Girvi desh.
Hindutvatistan.
Girvi desh. Translate. Mortgage nation. Viewers, I now move on to debate number 3. Enough time for the Pakistanis there. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 72 hours, let's move on now.